Okay, I made a big mistake. Uh, I set this up to be live stream, and I set a certain time for it to happen. And then I got in and played and played and played. I was showing you how to prepare for a class that I have on coming Monday. Problem was I forgot to click the button that said live streaming, so I'm going through all of this, all these steps showing how I would prepare, and I wasn't live. Not that it makes a huge difference, because what I'm really trying to show you is that, and I'll tell you some background. Back in about 1984, when personal computers first came out, I wanted to learn how they use them. And the local Votech where I lived had evening classes for adults. I worked at a company, and in the evening, I signed up to go to these classes to learn about how to use a personal computer. And the teacher wasn't the best. He didn't communicate well. He would do things up on the screen and not tell us what he's doing, but he'd say, "Look what this is." Show us on the screen what's happened. He didn't tell us how to do that. So the next day, got back to work in my regular job, and I told my cubicle buddy, I said, "That guy's terrible." He was just pretty much a volunteer, actually, in live, and computers were brand new, so I couldn't really fault him. But so I said to my cubicle buddy, I said, "The teacher is terrible." And my friend said to me, he said, "Bob, they're looking for teachers there. If you think you can do better, go apply to get a job." So I went over and applied, and I was accepted to teach computer classes Tuesday evening and Thursday evening. The things I was going to teach, I signed up to teach, was DOS, Multimate, PC File, PC Data, and PC Word, not Word, PC Write, and also Lotus 123. The problem was I did not know how to use any of those programs. So for the week before class started, I sat down and would learn how to teach whatever my first class was going to be. I was new to teaching, but I got so much out of just having to stand up in front of 20 people I did not know and actually sound somewhat coherent. But the point I'm trying to make is you don't have to know everything at the beginning of the school year. You just have to know what you're going to teach next week. And so with this system, and that's what I did, I would work on the weekends trying to figure out how do I teach DOS for a couple of class periods. Then I'd learn how to teach PC Write. And the same thing, the same process. And I learned so much. I think one of the best ways to learn something is to have to teach it. When you teach it, you got to be prepared for whatever questions the students might have. So it's the same with Click and Learn software. I am pretending in this presentation that I am a teacher, and that next Monday, here it is Saturday right now, and that Monday I'm going to teach them a new topic about geography. I'm going to get them into playing games about Europe. But before I do that Monday, I want to practice to make sure that I can impress the students and excite them and get them inspired to get in and play the games. You know how to play the games. We showed you that with South America. So let me show you how to get into what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to prepare for that presentation Monday. So I'm going to click a button that says free this week, because when I'm given a presentation or a live stream, as I'm given the live stream, if you're following, you can follow along by playing the same game that I'm playing. So I'll tell you how I got here. I went to clickandlearn.fun. I clicked the thumbnail says free this week. And what we're going to do on Monday is we're going to learn. I'm going to show them that I know the countries of Europe. And I'm also going to review 50 states and South America in test mode, just to show I can score 100%. It's kind of like review. Learn something new, but review the things you've already learned. It's a progression. So let me show you how I would get into prepare for that. And you can play along as well. I'm going to click the thumbnail for Europe countries. I'm going to click the single player button, and we're going to play this in learn mode. I'm going to show you how I would review. I click the go button. It asks for Albania, and I know it's going to ask for, so I don't have to look at the question each time. I know it's going to ask for, because I've done this. I'm practicing with my students: Albania, Andorra, Austria, Belarus, Belgium, Bosnia, Bulgaria. And that's the first 7. I'll go to 14. Albania, Andorra, Austria, Belarus, Belgium, Bosnia, Bulgaria, Croatia, Czech Republic, Denmark, England, Estonia, Finland, France. And now we go to 21 questions. And it's going to take not long for me to be able to do this. Albania, Andorra, Austria, Belarus, Belgium, Bosnia, Bulgaria, Croatia, Czech Republic, D, Denmark, E, England, Estonia, F, Finland, France, G, Germany, Greece, Hungary, alphabetically, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, Kosovo, Latvia, okay. And now we go to 28, click the go button. Albania, Andorra, Austria, Belarus, Belgium, Bosnia-Herzegovina, actually, Bosnia, Bulgaria, Croatia, Czech Republic, Denmark, England, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece. I'm talking ahead. I'm thinking ahead. When I click Greece, I'm thinking H, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, J, Kosovo, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg. Think ahead, talk about, and then we get to Moldova, Monaco, and Montenegro. And now we go to 35 questions. The thing is, while you're playing, if you've done this before, and you have, if you haven't, you get in and play the game and learn. But you get to the point where you know that after, for example, Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, I know in advance what I want to click, so that helps me get there. Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, as we've already practiced with those 2 levels of games as we go through the process of teaching our students the basics of geography. So we're going up to 35 questions. And you have to focus because you're racing the clock. Okay. Albania, Andorra, Austria, Belarus, Belgium, Bosnia, Bulgaria, Croatia, Czech Republic, D, alphabetically, Denmark, England, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, Kosovo, KL, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, M, Moldova, Monaco, Montenegro, 3M, Montenegro, in Netherlands, North Macedonia, Northern Ireland, Norway, OP, Poland, Portugal, PQR, Romania, Russia. Okay, that's in the next level, 42. Now we're going to 42. We beat the clock each time so far. If you don't beat the clock, you just practice. That's what I'm doing. I'm practicing to be ready for class tomorrow because I want to be able to put up the stopwatch. Let me bring you back to here. I'm going to want to be able to put up the stopwatch, give the stopwatch to one of the students and have her time me as I recite the 50 countries of Europe in 50 seconds. I want to impress my students so that they know that I can really do it and challenge them that if I can do it, they know that they want to do it. They want to do it better and faster, and they can. So I'm going to get back into, I'm still learning this StreamYard stuff. live streaming. And I don't see the options I'm looking for. Let's do this and then do that. So I'm going to go to, well, I'll go to this format. This is just as good. And I'm going to continue at 42 questions. Albania, Andorra, Austria, Belarus, Belgium, Bosnia, Bulgaria, Croatia, alphabetically, Czech Republic, D, Denmark, E, England, Estonia, F, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, Kosovo, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, M, 3 M's, Moldova, Monaco, Montenegro, in 3 M's and 4 N's, Netherlands, North Macedonia, Northern Ireland, Norway, OP, Poland, Portugal, QR, Romania, Russia. S, there are 10 S's, San Marino, Sardinia, Scotland, Serbia, Sicily, Slovakia, Slovenia. Okay. Now, before I start on the next one, I want to tell you that Sardinia and Sicily are not individual separate countries. We all know that. But they are big places on the map. When you see a map of the world, if there's a big place on that map, we want our students to know where it's at. For example, on South America, I include the Falkland Islands as a place to learn and click because there it is on the map. It's the same thing with Sardinia and Sicily. So we put them on the map. We know they're not countries. Even French Guiana might belong to the France. I don't know. I think the Falkland Islands belongs to the British Empire and so forth. My point is, yes, I know they're not individual countries, but they're places that we should learn because the whole, my opinion, the reason for geography, knowledge, and social studies is so that we can learn about the world, be respectful of people of the world, not be afraid of people from around the world, and be able to talk somewhat coherently when we say, where you're from, and they say, I'm from Nepal, as an example. But let's get into that. I think we're up to maybe 49 questions. I'm not sure. I lost track. But we'll fly through this. Albania, Andorra, Austria, whispering as I click, Belarus, Belgium, Bosnia, Bulgaria, Croatia, Czech Republic, D, Denmark, E, England, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, Kosovo, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, M3Ms, Moldova, Monaco, Montenegro, 4 N's, Netherlands, North Macedonia, Northern Ireland, Norway, OP, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Russia, 10 S's, San Marino, Sardinia, Scotland, Serbia, Sicily, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, TUVW, Turkey, Ukraine, Vatican City, and we beat the clock. That was 49 so far. Now we go to the last level. All right. Albania, whisper as you click, Andorra, Austria, Belarus, Belgium, Croatia. No, that's Bosnia-Herzegovina, Bosnia, Bulgaria, Croatia, Czech Republic, Denmark, England, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, Kosovo, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, M3Ms, Moldova. What am I doing? That's for Luxembourg. Moldova, Monaco, Montenegro, in Netherlands and North Macedonia, Northern Ireland, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Russia, San Marino, Sardinia, Scotland, Scotland, what's it asking for? Serbia, Sicily, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Turkey, Ukraine, Vatican City, Wales. Let's see if I'll beat the clock. Beat the clock by about 7 seconds. So now we do this in random order. This reinforces what we know because the next mode after this is going to be test mode. So we're going to click the go button. It asks for Moldova. Moldova is in the middle between Romania and Ukraine. Moldova, one of my little clues. Ukraine, Germany, France, this is Germany, Estonia, Hungary, Iceland, racing the clock, Serbia, Northern Ireland, Wales, Ireland, Bosnia, Kosovo, Slovakia, Russia, racing the clock, Netherlands, Czech Republic, Turkey, Italy, Scotland, Denmark, Monaco, Slovenia, Portugal, Andorra, Vatican City, England, Latvia, Luxembourg, Sardinia, Belarus, Greece, Finland, Poland, Croatia, Spain. You can see if I'm going to beat the clock. Albania, Sweden, France, Switzerland, Norway, Montenegro, Liechtenstein, Belgium, Belarus, Belgium, Sicily, San Marino, Lithuania, Romania, North Macedonia, Bulgaria, Austria. Okay, do we beat the clock? Yes, apparently so. It is a bit challenging, but that's what gives your student that's how they learn with our system. They have to focus, they have to concentrate, they have to get rid of all distractions. They have to work at this. And they should whisper as they click. When they're clicking, they should be whispering the name of the country, because one of the goals is to be able to recite in 50 seconds and to score 100% on the test mode. Now we're going to go right into test mode here. In test mode, you know how the system works. I've explained that when we use South America. So I'm going to just go through this, and we're not racing the clock, but I want to get 100%. North Macedonia, Croatia, Montenegro, Denmark, Wales, Italy, Greece, Sweden. This is Sweden, Northern Ireland, San Marino, Belgium, Belarus, okay, Germany. This is France, Germany, Vatican City. I think I've got green lights all the way so far. Monaco, Poland. This would be Poland, Iceland, Czech Republic, Finland, Turkey, Luxembourg. This is Liechtenstein. This is Luxembourg, Switzerland, Moldova, Ukraine, Estonia, Iceland, Ireland, Norway, Austria, Netherlands. This is Denmark. This is Netherlands. Russia. Scotland. Spain. Bulgaria. Bulgaria. France. Serbia. This would be Serbia. Bosnia-Herzegovina is inside Croatia. This is Croatia. This is Bosnia-Herzegovina. Romania. Albania. That's the first one alphabetically. We've answered 35 so far. 30, is that 39 it looks like so far. Lithuania. Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Kosovo. Kosovo is recognized by some countries as a separate nation. It's not recognized as by all countries, the last I heard. Andorra, Sardinia, Portugal, Sicily, 45 so far. Slovakia, this is Czech Republic, this would be Slovakia, Latvia, England, 48 so far. Liechtenstein, Slovenia, this is Slovakia, this is Slovenia, and we got 100%. So I am prepared for my students on Monday. But let's show what I'm going to do when I get to class. I'm going to click the exit button up at the top left corner, and I'm going to go back to this view, this view, this view, this view, this view. I'm going to mute this for a second. I'm learning how to use this a bit. So here we go with, see if I can recite these in 50 seconds alphabetically. Albania, Andorra, Austria, Belarus, Belgium, Bosnia, Bulgaria, Croatia, Czech Republic, Denmark, England, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, Kosovo, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Moldova, Monaco, Montenegro, Netherlands, North Macedonia, Northern Ireland, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Russia, San Marino, Sardinia, Scotland, Serbia, Sicily, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland. I may have got one of those out of order. Turkey, Ukraine, Vatican City, Wales. And that took me 42 seconds. So I did beat the clock. And I do think that I got one of them wrong. But I'm prepared to hand my stopwatch to one of the students tomorrow in class, Monday morning, and show them that I can do it, challenge them to do the same, and I might even think of some prizes. But here's the other thing. Once your students know the countries of Europe, it only takes you 50 seconds to review each day for a while in class. You just say, okay, stopwatch, let's review and in unison, the students will go through Albania, Andorra, Austria, Belarus, Belgium, Bosnia, Bulgaria, Croatia, Czech Republic, Denmark, England, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, Kosovo, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Moldova, Monaco, Montenegro, Netherlands, North Macedonia, Northern Ireland, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Russia, San Marino, Sardinia, Scotland, Serbia, Sicily, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Turkey, Ukraine, Vatican City, Wales. They'll do that, and that's how you review. It makes it easy for you to see that your students know it. If one of the students is not reciting, you know that they might have to practice more, and they can practice on their own because they want to be up with their class. They can play these computer games at home, at the library, on vacation, any place they're at. So the other thing I'm going to do then tomorrow, after I show them that, I show them how to play, I show them I can do it, I just give them the assignment. I don't have to sit there and watch them play. I give them the assignment. They can play as long as they have a laptop, a Chromebook, an iPad, or a whatever notebook type thing, or a laptop. Hold on. Because the phone, it's not easy enough for they can play on the phone, but when they try to click one of the buttons are so close to each other that it's hard for them to click one and not the other one. So let's see where we are on this. That's what I wanted to show you. And you know how to inspire your students. Maybe once they can do this and pronounce recite all the countries of Europe, you bring the principal in, and have the principal watch them, and then gives them some encouragement. And as they go through farther and farther, you can bring maybe you bring the mayor in, or you at the end of the school semester you have a school assembly where all of your geography students recite 50 states, countries, South America, Central America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Middle East. And maybe you got the local or state representative or senator or even the governor comes in to watch you. And again, give the students encouragement. This is how you can be a fantastic, fantastic geography teacher. You don't have to be an expert today. You just have to be an expert by the time you get to class, the next class period. And by the second or third time you teach this class, and it was the same with me when I'm trying to teach Lotus 1, 2, 3, PC Write, Multimate, DOS, and so forth. Second semester, third semester, fourth time you teach it, it's much easier. And it gets easier for you, just like what I just did. I've done that a few times, so I was able to get through that simply by reviewing. So that's what I wanted to show you. This has only taken me 30 minutes of preparation the night before to reinforce what I want to show the students. And so that's it. We got some more live streams coming up. I've got Matt is going to join us Monday for a live stream. I think it's going to be 9 Pacific, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 noon Eastern time zone. You can join us and watch as we go through this. Matt and I will be tag teaming to show what I believe. If you're going to be a geography teacher, you should know geography. And if you don't, we can help you. Let me see if I can show you this. Yes, there's my email address. We really want to show you, to help you. We want you to be the best. We want you because we believe that. Here's a quote I got from a philosopher from India a few years ago. There's a quote. He said, "For what we do not know, we fear. And who we fear, we fight. For what we do not know, we fear, and who we fear, we fight." Once your students know the country of the world, they have less fear of the world. They absorb the news they hear. They absorb what you teach them about world history, history of your country, history of your state. They absorb that, and they are more respectful for people from around the world because they're not afraid to ask, "Where are you from?" I do this all the time. When I meet someone that has a different accent, they look different. While I'm talking to them, maybe in line at the grocery store, maybe at one of the clubs, maybe at the sports bar that I go to, I just say, "Where are you from?" And it's not like, "Where are you from?" It's, "Where are you from?" Attitude makes a big difference. And when they say where they're from, I asked a guy last week at one of the sports bars. We were watching some sports event. And he said to me, "If you have any questions, I can speak Spanish. I I can interpret for you. And I was just trying to learn the provinces, municipalities of Puerto Rico. So he helped me with some of those pronunciations. At the end of the game he was watching, he got up to leave and he says, "Nice visiting with you," shook my hand. And that is how you show respect for other people. You don't have to be their best friend. You don't have to take them to a movie or out to dinner. Just be respectful, polite, be a decent, nice human being. Because if you're going to have respect for yourself, and one way to have respect for yourself is not to have to step on other people. When you can ask them where they're from and they say where they're from, and you can say something nice. You don't have to know the biggest importer, their export, or even the capital of their country, or who their prime minister is, or their currency, or anything. But if you know where they're from, where that country is located, you can say something nice, even if it's only, "Oh yes, the Gambia is over on the northwest part of Africa," or you say Kenya is on the east side of Africa. Things like that is all you have to do to show respect for others. It is, to me, it's rewarding. I wake up in the middle of the night quite often and I play these games and instead of counting sheep, I get in and play a game. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. We've been doing this for about 32 minutes. And thank you for watching. If you have any questions, here's my email address. I want to help you. If you're with the Department of Education of any state, I can come in and prove to you how the system works. With several of your colleagues, they come in and I can show you how they can learn all the countries of South America in 24 minutes. I have a video showing students learning the 50 states from grades 4 to junior and high school, learning 50 states in an hour and a half. I can show it to you. I can prove it to you. And the price of our system, if it's just one person, you can sign up for $20 a year. $20 a year, you get access to over 1,000 games. All the games I showed you are things we put into the free area for a week or two. And as we create more games, you'll have access to more games throughout the school year, throughout the year. And if you want to buy it for your class or your school or your district or for your state, the price comes down a lot less than $20 a student, because we really want you to teach your students. We want your students to gain the confidence that they can really do this. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next live stream. And whenever you come on, and while I'm doing this, you can leave us a comment, because sometimes I can go back and forth to the comment and I can see if anybody has a question or a suggestion or something. So anyway, I'm going to end the live stream. Thank you for watching. Seriously, I enjoy this. If I had my life to live over, I'd be a geography teacher. If I had this system, I would be a geography teacher, and I would be the best geography teacher in the whole county. And not to brag, but I would work to be the best geography teacher in my entire state. And I would teach others because I think it's important. So now, that's enough for now, and we'll see you next time.